Hey, what's up, guys? You're back with another tutorial with Charles. And so today we're going to be going over InShot. So if you're viewing this on your computer, the aspect ratio looks different because I'm screenshotting my phone. So yeah, I've gotten some questions about how I edit my videos on my phone, and some people see the little InShot logo and they're afraid to use it because no one's ever showed them. So today we're just kind of gonna go over a few basics on how to do some edits. Obviously there's video, photo, and the collages. Today we're gonna work on video. I don't have the pro version. That's why you see that little pro logo up in the top corner. If I were to click on it, it's gonna ask me to pay for it. I do not want to pay for it. I'm too cheap. And I'm a basic guy, so this fits all my basic needs. But yeah, so just to get started, we're gonna hit video. We're gonna start a new project, and I'm gonna select the clip that I want. This is a 1 minute clip that I'm gonna be using just for something we did this weekend. We went out shooting, had a little fun, and so I just kind of want to edit this down. But right off the bat, this is an editor, and that's made for social media, and so you see the aspect ratio is 4:3 here by default, just because if you're gonna be posting on Instagram and stuff like that, that used to be, I'm sorry, it's not the format, but it used to be the format that was kind of accepted by everyone. So that's why you see it the way you see it. But just to get started, we're gonna hit canvas, which is right next to that trim scissor icon, and so we're just gonna adjust this to 16:9 because that's what I shot my video in, and that's what I want to see. So once I have that selected, I can go ahead and hit the check, and then you can see we're good to go. The only thing that you are going to notice is down in the lower right hand corner of the footage, you see that little InShot watermark, and you can go ahead and tap on that and hit the X, and it allows you to remove it once. I don't know if it's once per session, if it's once per day. I don't usually do more than one edit per day, so I'm not usually worried about it. But just because this is a tutorial, and just in case I might want to do something later, I'm not going to remove it. I'm just going to leave it there. But you can go ahead and click that remove this once, and you'd be good to go. So here you see I have 1 minute of footage. It's a 1 minute and 1 second actually. And yeah, it's a little long, it's a little boring to watch just on its own. And so I want to make some edits to it. So right off the bat, the first thing I'm going to do is hit trim. So you see it gives me my whole clip there. And I have three options. I have trim, cut, and splice. Now, if you're not sure what the three do, let me just lay it down for you. Trim is a non-destructive editing tool. So if I trim this and I hit OK and I go back to it and I'm like, oh shoot, I trimmed something that I didn't want to trim, or I wanted the video to go a little bit longer, I can go back into trim and I can just extend it right back again. So that's the beautiful thing about trim, is it'll let me to go back in and redo what I did or change what I did, which is amazing. Cut, on the other hand, is not the case. If I were to go ahead and just drag this out and cut it, now I've cut my video, and you see it's only 31 seconds there. If I hit trim, I don't have anything there, so I'm stuck. I only have 31 seconds, so I'm just going to click back to restore, but now you see I have all my footage again. However, nothing is trimmed or cut, so just be careful about using cut. And then the last one is split, which is my favorite one, because if you want to change your clip and you want to cut small pieces out, all you have to do is place the marker of where you want to start your next clip, and then hit the check mark, or you can hit multi-split, and it'll actually let you split it again. So I'm going to remove all markers because I was just showing you how that worked. But yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that we notice here is we have this nice scenic view, and that's cool, you know, but then we have this crazy pan out to the truck. I don't necessarily like that pan left to the truck, so I probably won't use that. But when it does start to pan around the truck, that's a really cool shot, and so I think I'm going to keep that. So I want to place my first cut there, and so I'm just going to hit multi-split, and you'll see it leaves that little line there right here, and then I can just go on to my next cut. So just real quickly, I'm just going to make a few cuts here. I like how it ends right there at the bottom of the truck. I'm going to split that again. I like how it comes back up to the truck. We might use that as like a little reveal. So I'll split that again. Let's see. This little pan out to the people is kind of cool. I think that works, but then it starts to come left over the truck again. So I think right where it goes left, I'm going to split that. And really, you can split this as many times as you want. This whole walk back from the truck is cool. It's a little long, so I'll split that. And then here we go. He's walking out to get ready to shoot. Actually, I like how that looks. So he looks at the camera just a little bit. We'll start our clip there. Oops. And then, let's see. Then he gets ready to shoot. That's cool. Oh, right there, we see those shells. He takes 3 or 4 shots, and you see how they look beautiful in the sky. So I want to start my next clip there. And then lastly, he's shooting at the dirt, he has a walk away. Okay, that's a nice shot. So we'll wait till the camera fully reveals him, and then we'll do the walk away shot for a little dramatic exit. Hit that check mark, and then we're good to go. So you see I have all my clips here. If I were to select the timeline, you see all my clips, they're all broken up. If I were to hit trim, now I can trim each of these clips individually. Remember how I said I didn't really want to catch the truck in that opening pan. And that looks like the pan stops right there for a second. And then up here in the beginning, you see how I kind of was walking forward, and then I zoomed. It looks like a zoom in, and then I start the pan over. So I want to start right at the pan over. Go ahead and hit that check. And now we have some other elements to worry about. So we want to reveal the truck. So I think what I'm going to do is start with that that little pan up. And the cool thing about this is in this view, when you tap the timeline, now I can move all my clips over without changing any of the timing or anything like that. So I'm going to start with that pan up, and then I'm going to move across, which was this one. So you can see how it moves across the body of the truck, which is nice. And then before I even go any further, one of the things that I want to do is I'm going to be using a music clip for this, so I don't need any of the audio. So this cool feature that you can use is right next to the 100%, there's a little speaker icon. If you hit that speaker icon, it will mute all the audio for that track. However, if you hit the 3 little dots to the right, I can apply this to all. So now if I select any of these clips, there is no audio to these clips, which is perfect. It's exactly what I want. So let me just click in there. I'll go back to my player. You see it does that zoom up. It will do a shot across. You see how it kind of hesitates there at the beginning. So let me click that. Let me trim this just so it goes straight into moving across. So up, across, and then I'll probably have it stop right there, kind of midway truck. I think that works. Midway truck. And then from there, we're going to go into midway truck. There's a big reveal. Midway truck. We'll take out some of the truck and go straight to the revealing the people who are in the car next to us. So you see how that kind of works. Perfect. So we go from that to revealing the people. And this clip actually might be a little too short, so if I'm going to go straight into coming across the truck, oh yeah, that's where I wanted the edit. I don't want to see myself coming across the truck again. I want to jump straight into walking alongside the truck till I get towards the back. Once I see this mirror, I can probably fade that out. And there we go. There's our next clip of where I wanted him looking at the camera. So let's see. So I have this excess right here that I don't really need. I don't want to catch the back of that truck, so I can just hit delete. And so now you can see we go from the back of the truck to him looking at the camera, getting ready to shoot. He raises the gun, And from here, I can cut out those first couple rounds. I just want to see him get in position. Perfect. And then I can go straight into the next clip of him popping off some rounds. But that's a long time to see him shooting, so I will trim this. I don't want to see everything. I just want to see kind of the dirt, so you know he really is shooting. And we see that last splat of dirt. Kind of a quick reveal. That's a long time. I'll leave that. And then we just have him walking away. Cool. So the only other thing that we are missing here is if you look at the timeline, these little round white balls with a marker in it, those were all the clips are split. If you click on there, you can access transitions. And so the top ones, the basic ones, are free. Then it goes to super, then it goes to glitch. These are all pro ones. Like I said, I'm cheap. I don't want to pay for them. You can pay for them if you want to. That's cool. I'm just a basic guy. Basic fade works for me, so I'm not too worried about that. So I'll just go ahead and use that basic fade. But we can't fade the front end or the back end, which is a problem. So one thing to do that is to use your camera on your phone and just cover your camera so you get what I like to call a black photo. And you can see I could put that black photo in there at the beginning. And then I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to move this other one all the way to the end. So what that really does is it gives me some black space in the front and in the back. So now I can add my fade in, and you can see how my video is not going from just straight on or off. It's fading from black right into the video. That's how I like to roll. I don't know about you, but that's just how I like to roll. I don't need 5 seconds of black. I'm going to change this to 3.5. It should give me plenty. There we go. Nice smooth fade in. You can see truck, people, more truck. He's getting ready to shoot. And he's shooting. See some of the dirt there. That's a little bit of a long clip. I'm going to go ahead and trim that a little bit. I don't need to see all the dead space in there. So when he's shooting, just enough to reveal the targets. I think just before it pans right back the other way, I'm going to go ahead and trim it there. So get that he's shooting. And remember, this is just a small little promo video. And then one thing I like to do for dramatic effect is to slow down the exit. That just kind of makes it a little more dramatic, especially when you get a nice fade out on top of that. I will do a fade to black. Or we'll do, let's see, a straight fade out. So we can control that a little bit. Lower this duration again to 3.3. We'll extend the fade out as much as we can. Perfect. So the only other things to do is to really watch it, go through your transitions, see how you like them. One of the things that I like to do too, though, is before I do all that, I like to put my music track. Very important when you're anytime you're editing any video, and you're going to be putting it to music, you want to make your edits to the music. And so these fade outs are cool, trimming and all that stuff. It's good to get all your clips in order, but really focus on your music. And so I'm just going to use the stock music tracks. You see here it's under featured, and then this Not the King works for me. I was looking at some of these tracks earlier, and so I kind of found what I did like. I like this Point Blank one. So it starts a little kind of interesting, but then it moves into the beat. So I like that. I already downloaded it. I'm going to go ahead and use it. And you see it automatically puts it at the beginning of my track here. But one thing we need to wait for is how much of that ambient stuff comes in before the beat drops. And so if I look on my timeline here, my first picture comes in at about 3 seconds, 2.5, 2.7 seconds, somewhere around there. And then the truck comes in at about 5.7, 5.8 seconds. So I really want my beat to drop right when the truck is revealed. So if I go in and go into my music track, and one of the things I'm listening for is for where the beat comes in. So if you were paying attention to that, you saw it came in at about 10 seconds. So one of the things that I want to do for sure is I want to make sure that if my truck comes in at about 5 seconds, then I'm cutting off 5 seconds of the track. So we'll go ahead and move the beginning to just over 5.5. I have to put it back at 100, and I'm also going to fade in and fade out my track just so we have some little variety there. So I'm going to put it back at 100, and then we're going to view it and see what it looks like. So you saw it came in a little bit early, so I'm just going to go ahead and change that from 5 seconds to, let's go about, let's try 3.7. 3.7 sounds like a good number. It was a little late, so I'll change it just to make it a little bit faster. Nice even 4, and let's see how that works. I don't have to play the whole thing. I can just go straight to it. We'll speed it up. And you can play with it until you get it. That works for me. And so now I can watch the rest of the video and I can see how my transitions look with that. If I need to speed a clip up, slow a clip down, just to make it fit the music. Watch with me. So I see my first one already. Just need to speed this up. My music track's okay. Let me speed this up just a little bit. And let's go back. I need to make this one a little bit longer. Oops, I don't want to trim. I want to go speed. And my track goes a little bit along at the end, and I want it to fade out just a little bit sooner. So I'm going to hit music, and I'm basically going to fit it to my track. So I'll trim it real quick, but I'll see that my track ends at 32 seconds. I probably want the music to come completely out at about 31.4. So right under the song title, you see there's the running time, where it's at, and then how much duration there is. So I'm going to put it to 31.4, 31.4, and you'll see how it matches up perfectly. Put my volume back and let's check it out. And that works for me. So as you can see, pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Hit that check mark, make sure you save it. I'm going to mess with my transitions just a little bit. I want to try and change them just to give me some variety. So I know I'm going from, I don't know what I'm going from. I'm going from the bottom of the truck up, and then I'm moving to the right. So I want this transition to move to the left. works for me. And then we're coming across the truck to zooming back out. So I think, oops, I think here is where I want to move. That has a nice little balance to it. That abrupt one, I think I'll leave it, but I will fade into him walking up. That works for me. And then I will fade him shooting. That works for me. And then I will fade him walking away. And we'll slow this down just a little bit more. Perfect. Export my video, save it. It will save to my photos and videos. So inside your iPhone, which I'm using, it will save right into that app. And then you're good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. You have any questions, leave a comment, like it, subscribe, do whatever you want. Hope you enjoyed it. This is another tutorial by Charles. Peace.